Playwright Horton Foote knew how to write realistic dialogue for his characters. Thus, The Trip to Bountiful, the two-act drama that recently concluded Theater Guild of Webster Grove's 2015-16 season, offers fine opportunities for actors to inhabit realistic characters. Nancy Krause is such a performer. She spent virtually the entire time in the 2.5-hour production on stage, and all of it was devoted to bringing Foote's character, Carrie Watts, to life, something Krause did magically. Carrie lives with her son Ludi and his wife Jessie May in a cramped 2-room apartment in Houston in 1953. For 20 years, she has chafed in the claustrophobic environment under Jessie May's relentless carping. The latter has no children and no job, so she tries to fill her days with beauty shop appointments, matinees at the picture shows, or meeting her best friend for a Coke at the drugstore soda counter. Ludi tries to keep the peace between his mother and wife, but he's not the most forceful personality, and Jessie May generally runs roughshod over him. She also keeps an eye on the mailbox for Carrie's monthly government check while Ludi goes to his office job, while Jessie May says he is underpaid. Carrie longs to return to her girlhood home in Bountiful, Texas, down the road a piece from Houston, somewhere near the Gulf of Mexico. She's run away before, but always been caught at the train station by Jessie May and Ludi. This time, she flees instead to the bus depot, where she buys a ticket and hides until Jessie May and Ludi give up their search for her. She boards a bus to Harrison, a city 12 miles short of Bountiful, and strikes up a friendship with Thelma, a young woman en route to visit her family. At first leery of Carrie, Thelma eventually warms to the kind-hearted woman and even joins her in an impromptu gospel song. After Thelma leaves the Harrison bus depot, though, Carrie is confronted by the local sheriff, who's been informed by Houston police to keep an eye open for an older lady who has run off from her son's home. Ludi and Jessie May eventually drive over to Harrison to pick her up, but not before Carrie convinces the sheriff to take her to her old home in nearby Bountiful for one last view of the now-dying hamlet. Director Brittany Henry, after some sluggish moments in the first act, keeps the well-written play driving forward on Foote's folksy dialogue and some good performances by her cast. Krause anchors the production with a warm and welcoming depiction of Carrie. She captures the older lady's desperation to rekindle an old happiness, as well as surprising moments of poignancy in some revealing scenes with her younger bus seat mate. Elizabeth McCormick nicely plays Thelma, showing the refined young woman's connection with Carrie on the bus, looking out for the older woman's welfare after she experiences Carrie's kindness and vivacity firsthand. Jeff Lovell convincingly conveys Ludi's pleasant personality as well as the son's timid and somewhat weak nature, particularly when wavering under Jessie May's verbal assaults. As the shrewish wife, Heather Sartan is able to illustrate Jessie May's own frustrations with the suffocating lives led by her husband, her mother-in-law, and herself. She does underscore, though, her character's essentially shallow nature. There's nice work by Chris Beckner and Ernesto Carino as ticket agents in Houston. Warren Frank is fine as Roy, a Harrison bus depot manager who briefly befriends Carrie, and Thaddeus O'Donnell is good as an amiable Southern sheriff. Kim Boxdorfer has a brief role as a young girl from Carrie's past in Bountiful. Set design was by Mark Mobeck, Brittany Henry and Barb Mulligan. Larry Zariga did the sound design, Nathan Schrader handled lighting, and Tracy Newcomb and KTK Productions were responsible for the period costumes.
It really was a very enjoyable show.
Sure was.